Everybody, and welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, so I'm getting ready to do the dailies, but I've been playing with a lot of my macros in Final Fantasy XIV because I'm an efficient person. I like to try to make things as crisp as possible without compromising a rotation or trying to juggle too much. In a lot of turn-based games, we have an excessive amount of abilities at our disposal. Now, in a lot of games, you cannot macro, and then in some games, you can macro. A lot of people think, oh, well, if you use a macro, that's not really a lot of skill. Well, the problem of it is implementing rotation between the writing of the macro and making sure the macro doesn't interfere with the rotation. So yeah, it takes a lot of skill to properly map out a macro system when you're playing a turn-based game. Make no question about that, boys and girls. It is a challenge because if you put a wrong command, your timing and your macro could be and you'll lose DPS, you'll lose control, and as far as how things are progressing with movability. So you definitely don't want to compromise that. So I've been playing with the macro system to, get everything kind of laid out here. Now, before I demonstrate this, I will go ahead and give you guys my macros and what we're doing. So the first one you're going to go ahead and see is my Sam Builder macro. It's located right here. So forgive me for my pronunciation. I don't Japanese is not my I'm not fluid at Japanese, so if I chop this up, please forgive me. So we're going to use macro icon Hakaz and then action feint. Now feint is kind of important because it debuffs our target strength and dexterity by 10%. We're going to use third eye. Third eye reduces the amount of damage taken by the next attack by 10 seconds, or by 10% for 3 seconds. Grants open eye when hit. So, and then make sure that is on me. And then we're going to use our builder in Hakaz. So there's that macro to start us off. The second macro you're going to go ahead and see, I don't even have titled. Just put opener, whatever. So this is Yukaz, Yukikaz, or Ukikaz, however you pronounce that. Once again, I'm sorry. So macro icon, Yukikaz. Action, diversion. Now, diversion is very important because as I'm DPSing, I don't want to pull aggro from the tank. So I'm going to use diversion. It's not listed here, but it reduces my threat. Once again, that's going to be on me. Then we're going to action Yukika's target, wait 0.1 second. And then if we have enough points into our Kinky, we're going to be able to utilize Shinten. So if we don't have enough points, it'll just bypass. So it's kind of nice. It has a lot of control, and it doesn't just draw it automatically. So if you don't want to put Shinten in there, I have it on the bar. You can keep it off, but I do find it resourceful for the rotation. The third one we're going to see is it's called Stronger, which is located right here. This is a pretty easy one. It's macro icon Jimpu, action Jimpu, wait 0.1, action meditate me. Meditate's kind of important ability because it's going to gradually build up my Kinky gauge. And it lasts 15 seconds and recasts 60 seconds. So it sets in my rotation so I don't have to manually push it. And it's really resourceful. So once again, what I want to do is minimize all the cast on one macro, keeping the rotation fluid as much as possible and making sure my combos are not interrupted. The follow-up combo to Stronger is going to be Ramp Up, which is located right here. So macro icon Giko, action Giko, wait, and then Mikio Shisu. So that is that icon, and my Shinsu is right here. Shinsu executes up to 3 weapon skill combos without meeting the combo prerequisites. So that's kind of nice because then I can just jump in to my next one without using Kaza, and that can't be KO'd. There's a reason I have it labeled as such because I'm going to put arm's length on here. So just simple macro icon Shifu, action, arm's length me, and then Shifu. Then we're going to follow up with Keisha. I think that's how, and that's not macroed. So this is kept by itself. I did make a macro, but I didn't like it in the rotation. Then we're going to have our AoE macro. Our AoE macro is as such. So Fuga, micro icon Fuga, action arm's length. Once again, I just want to be able to reduce the damage. Third eye is on here. So I have 2 forms of premeditative mitigation or reduction. So I create a barrier, nullifying most knockback and draw effects. And then third eye, reduce the amount of damage taken. And then, of course, Fuga. The next one is I just labeled not here. And this is macro icon Oka. Oka is an AoE ability, obviously. So we're going to use, once again, diversion to reduce any form of threat. We're going to, once again, put meditate to keep generating our Kanki. And then Oka. And then we're going to have a nice, what I call AoE finisher right here, which is here. So it's my Mengetsu. So macro icon Mengetsu, action True North. True North is a very important one to put on this because it nullifies all action direction requirements. So it puts it in a 360 degree radius instead of like a 180. So, or keeps it not 180, but keeps it coned. So I can literally spin around and it'll hit in all directions. Once again, I want to go ahead and put the target. Wait 2.5 seconds. You don't have to put a 3, but you can't go under 2.5. The reason being, if you do that, you're not going to be able to utilize your Ijitsu properly. And what this is going to do is when I come over here, it's going to hit the second gauge of the Tenka Goken. Tenka Goken is an AoE effect. Of course, Higabana is a dot. And then, of course, we have our Midar Setsukuka. Setsukuka. I can't pronounce this once again. I apologize. So that's our big one. And then, of course, we have a mobile way of getting out, and I don't even have this one marked. We're just labeled escape. It's an actually escape interrupt, so it's going to be macro icon Empai, action leg sweep. Now the reason I like leg sweep because it has the interrupt effect. It has a stun effect. And then we're going to use Hitsasu Yaten, which is basically going to backflip us, and we're going to, by doing that, we're going to get our advanced Empai. Which is our ranged capability. And then, of course, if we need to, we close in with the Gaioten. And then, of course, we have Sam Heals macro, which is just macro icon Merciful Eyes, action, Bloodbath, action, Merciful Eyes me, and then action Second Wind. So if I don't have the Kinky, it'll bypass Merciful Eyes and go to Second Wind. So there you have that. And now I'm going to demonstrate how this all kind of pans out. I will avoid the fate at the moment. Okay, so there's a pretty good target. Now I'm not going to have any Kenki build up. Now as I hit this, it's going to bypass, and then I can apply the dot. And then I can rebuild. Just remember where I left off for my rotation. You know, once again, if I'm not in range or whatever, I can just go ahead. There we go. Second wind. So it gives me a lot of controllability. Now you can see my finisher is my AoE, which I know I've got to hit pretty much this ability or my second one, but that's no problem. That one by delay. Reflex time's got to get a little better. Now if I need to. You can see like the kick. Like if I only hit the kick once, it will only cast it on there. I have to like double tap to do the backflip. I got a triple tap to hit the higher form of Impi. So it's kind of nice because it has control, which I really like. Because it's not, the waiting is going to auto cast. So if I put a wait command, it's going to auto follow up. In certain effects, you have to put a wait between the rotation to make sure it fires correctly. But in a lot of times, and sometimes you don't want to go ahead and put a wait. You want to make sure the command is in sequence the way it's written, especially if there is no recast like Kazaa. I think it's Kazaa. Let me make sure. Yeah, Hakazaa. Once again, I want to build up. And the rotation just becomes a lot more controllable. Okay, I think you guys get the point here. There you guys have it. Looks so good, doesn't it? One sec, I gotta take this. Okie day. Don't need that call. I get a little whatever. Anyhow. Looks good. Looks good, looks good, looks good. So, anywho, now since I've done that, I can go ahead and switch and we can get my dailies in. But macroing definitely can be a challenge for pretty much, like, it's all about knowing your abilities and what you want to fire, what you want fired in which order and sequence, and not to burn every GCD, but to utilize the debuffs, the buffs, and keeping the builders up almost consistently throughout the rotation. By doing so and you know, writing them in a very efficient system, you'll maximize your opportunity to push out more DPS or to mitigate or so on and so forth, or to keep your heals up, especially your mouse overs and things like that. So I really do enjoy, I enjoy writing macros. So it's something I like to do, and making sure I have everything down so crisp you wouldn't even know you're using a macro. So, but macros are important, but you don't want to go ahead and overload everything. But if you're going to test the water, let's say you're going to go ahead and try to macro yourself, I do recommend playing with the macro system. The reason being, you want to go ahead and get familiar with your abilities and how they are affected in a macro system. My recommendation is just going ahead and trying one ability with another, seeing how it fires or how it's applied. If it's not working as intended, you want to go ahead. There's different websites and different content creators that can provide some assistance. Also, gives you a chance to customize your build in your rotation to better suit your play style. So that's my recommendation. But anywho, so let's get into this. Just doing this for a little bit of the XP boost. Throw up our Defiance. Let's do some bitch.
Let Let the rebels begin!
What's that other tank doing? He's pulling it right into the crowd. Get on the other side at least, dude. Want to get out of that? Okay, we're going to go back center. Get out of that.
The seas part for we alone.
Okay, I want to make sure we're gonna get center of this.
The seas part for we alone.
I'm just keeping my mitigation up. Dude hitting pretty hard.
The seas part for we alone. How our hearts sing in the chaos.
Okay, going to this transformation thing.
Wild and pure and forever free.
Okay, I'm on a block. Do it again. Now, I believe if you're in extreme, you want to go ahead and do a tank switch.
Rejoice!
Get out of that.
Resilient souls, I salute you!
Nothing I can do. If I try to move out of that, it'll sometimes hit other people, so I just gotta take the
Earth and
force.
stone at our beck and call!
Debuff him. They gotta get the stones. Okay. Try to apply a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
Nice shield placement.
The seas part, for we alone. Yeah.
Out of that. The range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucked up there.
Earth and stone at our beck and call.
Hopefully we can get him up. Why did that tank turn him? If you're gonna, at least if you're gonna be on a tank that has like any form of like taunt, get on the side of him where the other players aren't.
The seas part, for we alone.
Out of that. Take that one out of that.
The seas part, for we alone.
Oh. Get out of that.
Such ferocity.
Got a full limit break. Oh shit. There's a spot. There's a spot. Oh shit, balls. Ah. We got it. These healers did an awesome job.
Twas a memorable dance indeed.
I'm gonna give it up to the Astrologian. Dude was beast. Yo, Zai, what's up? What's up, dude? Heads up, your game volume is high and the voice is low. Oh yeah, sorry, man. I'll take care. Cal, running me through Toko Raka when you finish up here. Yeah, definitely, man. I'll get on that right now. Yeah, let me go ahead and fix that, Zai. Let me go ahead. I'll get that actually fixed. Thank you for the heads up, brother. How are you doing, Zai? Dude, you're looking good. Everything's looking good for you, man. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you, man. Okay, we're going to turn that down just a little bit. Hopefully that actually... I want to keep some of the sound effects, so... Hopefully that works. I turned down the background music a lot. Hopefully that works, man. I have a new mic, too. It's not as good as my last one's eye, so... Yeah, dude, I'm on that. Let's do this. So let me go ahead and exit out. I'll run you through. For sure, for sure. I'm in. We got it. All right, let's do this. There's my dudes. There's my dudes. Scott should be jumping on here. He's leveling his Lancer at the moment. Okay, so you need Toko. Which one did you need again? Let's see. Doing well, thank you. Hope you guys are too. Definitely. ESO. I haven't done ESO for a minute, Amanda. I'm waiting for performance. You know, that's what I'm waiting for. I think Elsewhere is going to do good. I think the Necromancer is going to be interesting, especially from the tanking position. I really think they're going to do good. Storyline's always good in Elder Scrolls. I'm just waiting on performance. I'm spoiled now with performance. So for me, it's not because I hate Elder Scrolls. It's just the performance has been an issue. So I can't do ESO until they fix performance. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. I bang my head off of a table every time. Like I can't bar swap or I can't break, and I get mad. 1,000 moles, got you. How's the MMO business, Mystic? Oh, dude, I'm on this standstill where I'm still trying to get information from other people that are supposed to be whatever. So I don't know, man. You know, you do your part, you do your job, you do what you're supposed to do. And literally, man, I just don't see it happening. Years ago, there was a company who wanted me to come to Texas to do this. It was a AAA company, and they're like, "Hey, Mystic, we'll give you the money, but you know, you have to relocate." But it wasn't about any of that for me, and I declined. And of course, then you know, I was just testing because I'd tested some of the products for the company before in the past, and all of a sudden, you know, I wanted to do it here because of economic purposes and reasoning. And it didn't happen. And now the company in the past said, what does Ohio have to offer us when the majority of the business individuals there don't understand the business of gaming? And at the time, I thought it was just a sarcastic joke. But now I see the relevance in the statement. And it was like, literally, I told you, like, this one guy I literally talked to literally was under the assumption or the perception that video games and MMOs were solo developed. And I was like, wow, 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 wow. And these are businessmen. These just aren't your common people. These are people with degrees and all sorts of, and I'm like, wow, holy sheep, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, 1,000 mall. That's a trial, right? I believe. No, it's not. So it's just a dungeon. Oh, there it is. Yep. Tokaraka. Yep. 1,000 mall. We get it. We'll get it. So how you liking it there, Cal? The limbo stage, not fun. Right. So I'm in the limbo, and, you know, I did whatever. So, dude, I was able to get it to a 54.76 return, but that was with, you know, the cost analysis here. Now, there was another university who was interested in me locating to that city in Ohio, but we would lose 4.5 of the return, so we'd be at 49.8 or something like that off the top of my head. Solo developed. Ouch. I know, dude, right? And these people, you know, man, and they're, you know, and literally, dude, I got it down to a 16 mil development budget, you know, with what I had implemented. But now since
Oh,
thank you for
yeah.
subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. But I got it down to a 16 point something million development cost. And they were like, well, that's a lot. And I'm like, well, not really. That's actually pretty low. I love this game. Yeah, it's badass. Dude, I was so happy that I was able to get my macros. I'm really liking the fact that I actually get macro system again, which is pretty cool. Actually, you know what, Kel? I'm going to withdraw and I'm going to switch to my astrologian. So let me do that really quick. Let me switch up my roll because I think we'll get a better chance when I'm going heals. So where's my astrologian? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and equip, and now I can go ahead and hit this, and now we can rejoin. That might be better. Aha! Aha! We needed a healer. We needed a healer. No biggie. I love this game for this too because I'm tired of rolling alts, man. I'm tired of making alts and repeating content. I'm tired of that. This game's storyline is drawn out too much, though. It is. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's drawn out. But yeah, 16 point something million. They thought that was a lot of money. I'm like, well, your average MMO spends between 25 to 50, and EA alone on Star Wars, on SOTOR, literally spent $100 million in development. And unfortunately, they're still trying to, play catch up. So, dude, I'm so happy, though, for you, Zai. Your builds are still looking really beast, though, by the way, brother. I can't wait until... I would love to... I'm going to be happy for you when the Necromancer comes out because it's going to be good. I have to take a break, man. There's just no way, man. And I'm spoiled. I'm just so spoiled right now. It's just like when you come to a game that has performance, it's night and day, man. Still don't have my draw. Oh, I forgot to throw protect. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Everybody went going, and I didn't get catch protect. Ooh. Do not do this. This is a no-no. Okay. Get protect up. Now we got it. Don't do this either. Now everybody's like, you're only hitting one button. I actually have 3 abilities macroed into it. I have my mouse over too. So if I need to heal like someone like Kel here, I can just mouse over him. So, over his name. Gotta love the mouse overs. It's been a minute. Turn-based, going back to turn-based was a little weird though. Cannot wait for the Necromancer coming from EQ1. I have high expectations. Damn right, right? 50 plus easily in development these days. Right! That's what I said, dude. That's what, dude, right. I was like, seriously? If I get you down to under a 20 million development cost, are you kidding me? With around a 50% return margin for after development. And then there was one person was literally trying to get my trade secrets, and there's certain things you can do to generate revenue during development. I mean, little things, but I mean, you can do it, but most of the time it just helps reduce some of the overhead. And he was wanting to know that, and I was like, dude, that's trade secrets, man. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, you can't ask me that. Like, you think I'm going to give that up? I mean, that alone's worth more money than probably you would anticipate. If everybody even had that secret in the industry, I'm like, God, no. You can't have that. Get real. But, like I said, I don't think it's going to come to fruition. I was hoping But I'm fine. Whatever. You know, at the end of the day, like I told everybody, I made my attempt. I tried for, you know, this area. So, and at the end of the day, that's what I was trying to do. My attorneys were actually pretty pumped about the idea. So the attorneys that I had, whatever, were really pumped up about it. Two of them out of the firm were gamers themselves, so. Why isn't the... I gotta take a look at that. For some reason, it should be target, and I don't think I got target command on. I got mouse over command, it's apparent, but target command isn't working as intended, so I'll have to take a look at that after this. A lot of people like to DPS, but you know, when I'm just in heal mode, I stick to the basics. Now, unless I'm on a boss, if I'm on a boss, things change. I'll demonstrate that. But I don't know a tank. I don't know how much he's going to pull. I don't know. Like right there, it should have targeted. But look, now once the mouse is over, it's my targeting system. I know it is. I got to rewrite. I got to make sure that command prompt's in there. Yeah, EQ, man. Those were good old days, weren't they, Zai? Those were some good old days. Just the good old days. Man, that's when MMOs were brutal. You didn't even want to die. You were like, please don't let me die. I don't want to die. Necromancer activities in the city. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that, you know, Elder Scrolls, they did a good job in the justice system. Why not vampire now, though, too? You know, I know feeding or whatever. But remember in, like, all the other Elder Scrolls games, like, when you played, you literally would, if you just got caught as a vampire, people would run, and guards would come flying after you. You're like, you couldn't be undead. Yeah, I can't believe it. Like, this dude's about to hit 50. I've got 6 tunes in my 60s now on here. Well, not tunes, but 6 jobs in my 60s. Of course, Kel went with the Black Mage. Dalmatur, she's going to be rocking the BM. And I think you're going what? I want to say you're also going to be going... we got to hit this. All right. I think he's going Bard 2, I want to say. Nice thing about the macro, like I can tap target, keep the mouse over on, and then heal as needed. So it's kind of a nice thing too, especially when you're rolling with your old-fashioned WASD. Controller is not too bad on this though either. Which I do have this on PlayStation, the base game. I don't have the expansions because I'm a po man. I'm a po man. I'm a po with kids and girls to boot. Girls, man. Dad. People say boys are expensive. I beg to differ. You die, you lose experience. Right, remember those days? Oh my God. You'd cry. You'd literally bawl, man. You'd be like, no, 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 no. Please don't die. Please don't. Remember when World of Warcraft was first like that, too, when it launched? It had the old-fashioned, like, hardcore system like that. And then they kind of softened it up and was like, oh, well, you're not going to lose experience anymore. And I was like, what? What? And to me, that was baffling. And I still remember when I first played DC and you could, like, queue a raid. I was like, what is this? This is nuts. Who does this shit? Now that would be cool if Elder Scrolls ZOS did that on normal, not on you know, hard mode trials, but on normal trials have a queue system. That would be badass. Because you could pretty much do it on normal. Like I don't see why people wouldn't be able to do normals in a queue system in Elder Scrolls. But once again, I shouldn't even speculate. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Nobody. Nobody. Dude, are you lost? Oh my god. He's lost. It was a nice pull though. My fault. I'll take it. I never thought I'd come back to a turn-based game though. If you would tell me about 6 months ago I'd be going back to a turn-based game, I'd call you a liar. I'd be like, no way possible am I going back to a turn-based game. You are crazy. Look at Kel's fire. He's just like, boom, boom. This is explosion. We'll call this explosion. Yeah, dude, I miss those days. I miss them, Zai. I do. I miss the old hardcore days when, man, when leveling was like, when you dinged, you were like, oh my god, I just leveled up. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, man. It was more time consuming, though. And I feel like in this generation, that's becomes the issue, is its amount of time. Because we didn't have as much content back then as they do now. So our content was the grind, right? It was a lack of, you know, available quests and content that it took time to get through a quest line. It took so much effort to do the most tedious things, like gathering these resources that these NPCs wanted. You'd have to, like, your RNG drop rate was terrible. And it was always like kill quest, item collect. And it was so time consuming. And I felt like World of Warcraft with their new systems kind of went to more of a solo based element, and that doesn't work for World of Warcraft. And a lot of people want to know why BFA is doing good, and people want to talk about the armor system. I don't think it's necessarily the armor system. I mean, it is to a degree, but literally when I played, it just doesn't feel like that old, meat and potatoes game that WoW was. World of Warcraft had more of a meat and potatoes aspect to the game style. And I love the fact that I have auto loot in this game, if there is auto loot, and not, I love like Black Desert, but one thing I hate about Black Desert was I had to buy the pets to do the auto loot for me. It was kind of a little annoying. But I understood it. It was like, okay, you need to make money somehow, right? But Black Desert, man, if they get a couple of things fixed on that, I look for that to do good on Xbox. I mean, accessible, I mean. I look for that to do really good on Xbox and PlayStation when it comes out on PS. Combat system's crazy. Crazy. Snoop, spoiled, yeah. Now people are spoiled and killing mobs is considered a grind or boring, right? I just don't like the combat in Final Fantasy. It's different. It's different. It's turn-based, you know? It goes back to the turn-based system. But this is how old school MMOs were. You know, before we got introduced to a Twitch system, this is how it was set up. And actually, the way the combo system works, in the beginning, it is slow, but because you get more abilities later down the road, I find this combat system interesting for turn-based. I find it kind of like, okay, well, that's interesting. They simplified the rotation, and allowing people to do the macro system was ingenious to be able to keep the buffs up and the debuffs applied. And also to be able to utilize utilities more efficiently. So by the time you hit about your 50s, you really don't realize you're still in a turn-based game. You still have the GCD applied, but by the time you're setting the macro and your rotation up, your combat's a lot more snappy than, like, you know, traditional turn-based systems, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's still turn-based. You'll still have that feeling like, you know, where it's not, you know, we still have like spammables, but we have a cast time and speed times that are associated. Pass on both of those. You guys left healer behind. Healer's behind. I hate these webs. Boy, you should see this friggin' class when it's up in its 40s, man. The cards that I'm dealing. Boom, 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 boom. Whether to hold, throw away. It's like, dude, Astro's are RNG, but if you play Astro right, you can make sure that you're being very effective with the deck. Because you only got 6 cards in the deck. You have, you know, I mean, you have like an ability to basically sack it. It gets nuts. I think the Astrologian is interesting. But no, I mean, it's not for everybody though, Snoop. A turn-based system isn't for everybody, by all means. You know, you have to be, and unless you can actually effectively, you know, be able to utilize your other abilities off this GCD, it even slows down further. So it even feels a little bit more, oh my god. Oh, really? When you come from a Twitch-based game. Like, DCUO is my favorite combat. You know, it was, besides Black Desert, Black Desert probably has one of the most truest action packed combat systems. But when it comes to a true Twitch-based system, DCUO, in my opinion, you know, is definitely why you see it set the bar, and it still holds true. It could, you know, drop down some of the GCD for the Switch play, but I mean that's if you can properly use Switch play. But if you can do Switch play in DC, you're pretty good to go. The problem with DC is just they have a small development team, so the lack of content it's not about the combat or or whatever. Person just croaked. How did you die? I can't even target. Did he DC? Probably DC'd. Might have to 3-man this. No, I love the special effects, the performance of this game. I'll tell you, man. And once it's all about performance for me. At the end of the day, if it's got good content, it's got good performance, I'll manage with the combat system. Especially you give me you're giving a player like me macro capability. Psh, pah, pah. Oh my god, wait. I'm going to totally wreck this. That's one thing I loved about Rift. Man, my macro rotations on Rift were sick. I used to do it all. Vanilla Rift. I was in River of Souls. I did HK. I did all of that. And then when all the new content came out, I was in on all that. Tryon treated me good though. Tryon definitely. I wasn't like one of their testers, but I was one of their feedback people. And like, they were like, "Hey, you want to try this out? Tell us what you think." And I was like, "Okay, cool." It wasn't like a full test. It was just kind of, and I got perks for it. It was like, "Oh, cool, 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 excellent." I like a company that treats their prime players with respect. And then doesn't like overshadow people and be like, "Oh my god." It's like, hey, we just want your feedback and, whatever. So we're going to, like, give you the opportunity to kind of do something, and we'll give you some incentive to do it. Oh, okay, cool, cool. Excellent. Yeah, make sure you're getting these pods, Kel. You see a pod? Yeah, like right there. Make sure you hit the pods or they'll blow up and turn to those little spider things, those mites. I don't even have to turn to look at dude. That's badass. Just go ahead, mouse over. Just mouse over. Don't worry about it. I don't need to see. Out of this part anyways. Let me check out the comments. Okay, people, I got to go. Have a full fun stream and take care. Thank you, Zai. Thank you for stopping in. If you guys don't know who Zai is, if you're an Elder Scrolls player, I suggest you get familiar with that man. He is definitely one of the prime ESO content creators. My brother, my European brother. I mean, when we, back in the day, I will always remember it. There was only two. There was only two of us. Only two. And now, it's a completely different world. I mean, Zai took off, and of course, Mystics, down. But I just wanted somebody to put it out there, and Zai delivered it. And I'm so grateful that a lot of people took to Zai. And he's a lot nicer than I am. I'm definitely an asshole, but I really like the fact that Zai put it out there. Always. He's a good dude. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Haven't had to use this yet. We will now. Okay, pods are back up. Leveled up. Oh yeah. 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 I'll give it up to that tank. We're gonna give him the calm. Give him the calm. Don't need it. There you go, Cal. Thank you for that run, brother. I tried this game out before when the Heaven's Ward thing was out. Did you? Yeah. It's not for everybody, man. It's not. I'm just like, I was a little apprehensive. I was recommended to try it. I didn't want to go back to a turn-based game at first. And I was like, oh, no. Why? Why would I want to do that? But, literally, I played Final Fantasies in the past. And Final Fantasy, I think, 11 is what kind of initially turned me off. I didn't like Final Fantasy 11. I know it's a very good game, and it got a lot of raves when it first came out. So initially, I had a misconception of what to anticipate with Final Fantasy 14. So all of a sudden, I come to Final Fantasy 14, and I'm like, I love it. I mean, it has the theme park element, obviously, but the performance, once again, I mean, Square Enix, agent-based servers are always going to be top dog. They put the money in there. They're like, we don't screw around, and they don't. There was a hiccup with the engine when Final Fantasy 14 first came out. They redid the engine, so I didn't know what to anticipate really. And then when I came here, I was really happy that okay, no alts, no alts. Okay, that's slick alone. That, for me, that was like, okay, you have my attention. You have my attention now. No alts. Now, I didn't know any of this. I just came here like a month and a half ago. That I'm less than 2 months in. And next thing you know, I really started enjoying the gameplay. The story is good. It's a little excessive for a player like me, but there are players who are story-driven. And if you're a story-driven player, it's some of the best content that you'll ever get, with really great voice acting, spectacular cutscenes, and mechanics that, visual mechanics and graphics that are phenomenal. So I was like, okay, let's see if the combat starts pacing up. Because at first I felt it was a little daunting. It was a little drawn out. And next thing you know, by the time I hit my 40s, I was like, but it was like second week, I'm like, I'm in. But it was like within the first week that I knew I was buying this game. I knew it. I just knew it. That was for me. And Kel didn't even last 3 days, man. Kel was like, I'm done. I'm purchased. I was like, dude, that was quick. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. No problem, brother. Anytime, man. Anytime. Anytime. Yeah, no, it was awesome. And hey, I got to level up. I hope you got to level up too, man. So, yeah, dude. Jesus, 30. You're going to hit it hard this week, aren't you? You're going to be like, shit. But no, it's not for everybody, Snoop. I would tell you that. I would literally say that, there are, things that certain games are not for people. And that goes across the board, man. You can't anticipate everybody to, like the same thing. You might like potato soup. I might like peas. I might hate potato soup, but I might like pea soup, and you hate pea soup. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, but does that mean I should try it? And if you tried it, you know it. You know if you like it or not. That's just the way it is in anything. If you try it and you didn't like it, you didn't like it. You're not going to change your mind. And I always tell people, if there's something about a game that you don't like, chances are you're not ever going to like it. But if you give it a try and there's something that you find that you're liking about the game, well, then, you never know. It's just trial and error. Trial and error. What can you say? Like PvP, I wouldn't recommend this game for PvP currently. It has PvP, but not to the expectation. I like a lot of the things they do in the PvP in this game. I will say that. I feel like there are elements in this PvP system that have the potential. They kept it, they separated it from the PvE, which is good. So if they nerf anything in the PvP, it doesn't affect PvE. They have competitive play, which is another great feature that they reward their competitive players. The problem of it is the queue system, the way they designed the queue system and how it affects the PvP um, experience. Like they really should separate more casual towards more competitive play, giving multiple options for the players who want to play more casual, and incentivizing a casual reward system and keeping the competitive reward system separated, so you players can have the best of both worlds. So they can queue multiple PvP experiences, and the balance is always an issue in any MMO. So when it comes to these type of games, you're always looking at the rule of paper, rock, scissors. If you can keep that applied and you keep the objective pretty much on a team base, you're typically good to go. The one thing you want to look out for is one class dominating every other class. If that's the case, then there's something wrong. Also, the way, it's the little things, but the PvP has potential. It's just it needs to become. It's not. It takes too long for a queue, so they need a cross server, like they do with the dungeons, cross access to PvP at least for standard competitive PvP. There's a couple things they could do, but once they figure that out and put a couple different game modes in, and give accessibility to that, this PvP system will do good. They're in the right direction, but it's just still not a game I would recommend for PvP at this time. So until they, iron that out. I'm not home yet, but I will be on after 6 Central. Dude, okay, Swig. When you get on Discord. So I'm going to give you my Discord information, right? Make sure you get this, man. Okay, I'm going to give this to you. And, of course, I'm streaming. I think it's 3055 or 66. I think it's 66. But anyways, get a hold of me. It's either that or 3055. It's either that or 3055. But either one of those two. But it's Mystic Raven. And make sure you get it. Download it on your phone. And I'll get you, into the company and also the free company, which is our guild. I'll just call it a guild. And, then you could talk to us. Yep, 3-day trial was all I needed. I know, dude. I was like, oh my God, man, he's quick. I'm glad you're here, though, man. I'm glad you're here. For sure. I'm happy about it. All right, so I have to do the other dailies really quick. I'm trying to finish my leveling. So we'll do my other dungeon. So they need a tank, and I need a level. I'm close. I'm so close. So 63 is my highest. Then I have 2 62s, 2 61s, and 160. Oh my God. Then I have my machinist, which is 44. Let me make sure. And my astrologian's in his 40s too. So that's my machinist. 45. 45 is my machinist. I should have known that. I did the quest last night. And my astrologian's like 46 right now. Or 44. About to be 45. I have a lot. And I figured out how to do this. All you have to do is hit this up. Can't apply plates here. Whatever. My summoner. My summoner look. Dude, I love this look better than some of the looks that I was getting with my summoner. I was like, no. No. My one of my favorite looks is also my scholar. Got the steampunk investigator look. Definitely enjoying that look. So I've definitely been playing around, man. Okay, we're gonna commence. Sweet man, thanks. Definitely, no problem, brother. How are you liking it, Swig? It's different. Like first, you get used. The first 2 days or something, you're kind of like, and then as you're starting to go through it, you're kind of like, okay, all right. Oh, this is easy. I'll be definitely leveling up in this. Like, okay, let me get my food booth. Food booth. Food booth. Get over here. Get over here. We're going to pull big. Go big or go home. You guys might want to wait till I actually have everything. Just you know. Oh yeah. Do not start DPSing yet. Oh yeah. Baby, baby. Baby, baby. Okay. Let me get some TP. Anybody got like a TP thing? Oh my god. TP. No, they did not. What did I just say? Probably the stupid friggin' range person. Oh yeah. Here we go. Alright. Rock should be coming soon. There it is. Nothing I can do about the back rock, it just comes on. Keep the eye on the prize. Just kill it. Nice. $16 levels in on heavy axe and level 15 on armor. Same character. First day I had a couple of problems here and there, but no big deal. Dude, are you liking it? That's the question. Are you liking it? Because if you like it, it'll be in performance. What do you think about the performance? Have you noticed the difference? I like to get people's opinions. You know, that's the biggest thing, Swig. Like, do you see a performance difference? For me, that's what it's about. That's my selling point. Oh, by the way, you can customize your HUD. I don't know if you knew that, Swig, but you can also customize your HUD in this game. Right. No! I hate when they do that. They make me burn my GCDs on... If you got a proc, don't hit it yet. You're going to get me killed. Wait till everything's turned. If you're a DPS, here's the one advice I give you. Do not hit shit until it's turned. When the tank turns it, you're good to go. If you hit before and you're like, oh, I'm getting hit, don't blame the tank. You fired it too soon. I know that proc is just tempting. It's just itching at you. You're like, oh, I want to hit it. I want to hit it. Do not get that coffer. Dude, seriously, man? Are you... Really? Dude, if that had ads, I'd probably let him die. I'd probably like, die. It's a potion. It's like just potions. Just... See this? They hit the wrong one. I was getting ready to stack it. Now I gotta double hit my overpowered. Switch my target. Once I got it, it's usually good to go. Alright. Sure, dude. Just keep... Whatever. Okay. We'll see if we can pull this entire room. I got him! I got him! The healer's gonna be like this bastard. Healer's doing awesome though. He can handle it. Sit down. Like a glove. Give me my card. Okay, he's gonna throw back. Gonna reduce that damage when he throws it back. Should be middle. Yep. Center. And it should be a throwback. Oh, didn't even get that far. He's dead. Pass, pass, pass. No frigging lag. Yeah, so smooth and friendly. I need help with that. I thought about keyboard and mouse as well, but I'm not sure. Keyboard and mouse works good. If you've ever played on a keyboard and mouse, you won't have a problem. But the controller has nice elements as well. The only thing I don't like about the controller is trying to heal on a controller because the targeting is different. But combat on a controller is really good. So Kel plays on a controller, Scott plays on a controller, and usually you don't have too many problems doing combat on a controller nor tanking. Healing can be, like, healing is just a little different. You can do it, but keyboard and mouse has its advantages over mouse overs for healing purposes. That's the only thing I would say. But you can do it. It's not a problem. We're almost done. One more boss to go. We're going to pull it all. I want it all. I know, I'm a nut. DPS is probably like, fuck yeah. Healer's probably like, hell no. Once I know I can trust the healer, shit, I'm off to the races. What's up, boys? Get ready. Take a seat. Healing easy on a controller. Is it? The targeting for me is a little weird, but I believe it. The controller's really good. Like, it's really good. Like, they did a really good job with controls, man. What surprises me about this game is just the performance, man. It's just, and the combats for a turn-based game it's really good. And they simplified the rotation. Like, I feel like, you know what makes this game not toxic? People can't complain about rotations or anything. It's like they really simplified the way the combo systems work, the way they did pretty much everything. Ad should be coming here soon. There it is. Oh! I leveled up. That healer is so getting it. That healer was the bomb. Bum, 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 bum. Just up and down on the pad switch player, right? No, I definitely like, and especially the macro. Like, I guess when you have it targeted and you get like at least a 2 or 3 macro hit, it does make it a lot easier. I like the mouse over on my keyboard and mouse. But yeah, the controller configuration is nice. I have the most ridiculous Dune cap looking headgear on right now. Yeah, dude, some of the gear in here is pretty sick as well. Let me go ahead and return. I really like a lot of the way the gear looks. Performance is good. I mean, once again, this game's not for everybody, and I'm not going to say it is. I'm not going to try to lure people into it. Here's my suggestion. Try the free trial. You will know if this is a game for you. You will know. Now, in the past, I've been apprehensive. I tried Final Fantasy 11. I didn't like Final Fantasy 11. So I was even one of those players who thought, like, Final Fantasy 14 isn't a game for me. I thought that. I avoided this game for years. And, it had its nightmare moment, but Square Enix poured the money and the TLC into it. Definitely poured more money into it. And look where it got him. Number 1. At the end of the day, who's the top dog in the MMO community or the MMOs right now? Jackson, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, I was trying to tell you it took me a while to learn how to heal on the controller. But on the pad, all you gotta do is put your like I put my target on the tank, and I push X to lock it in. And like when you need to heal other people, all you gotta do push down and up on the thumb pad,
and it'll just scroll up into your party, right?
No. You just heal. You just put it like hover over their name. You heal, then automatically go back to the tank. If you hit X, it'll lock it in.
Right.
But if you don't hit X, it'll automatically go back to the person that you got locked in.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing with DPS. Like I hit right and left. If I want to DPS while I'm healing, I hit right, and then I do a DPS move, and then automatically go back to the tank.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yes,
dude.
Yes.
That's actually pretty good. That's good info, man. Well, because it is different, like your targeting cycle on the D-pad, because everything's set to the D-pad, unless you X or back out. I like the target lock though, like the visual lock on NPCs. I like that visual lock.
Same way with Hitler too. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
same thing as Hitler.
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job. Now, Jackson, you're a content creator. I have to ask your opinion. Now, you weren't a player who you had your doubts about this game as well, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
So what? I mean, now you're looking at almost 30 days in, coming close. What's your perception now?
Oh, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. I wish I would have stuck with it right now. I probably would have had all my characters maxed out.
Right. Well, if you get that pre-order, we're getting that 30% earring, so we get to play catch up.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So that's nice. I mean, now, can you go now when you look at a performance? Can you see the difference between other titles and this? Not naming anything specifically.
Yes, like for a lot of people that first stop playing this game at the first at the beginning, it's gonna be kind of boring, it's gonna be kind of slow. But as you progress, it will get faster and it's more smoother and more fun. We get more abilities.
Now, I love the fact that they didn't, you know, make the
Yeah,
rotations complex. Like I feel
yeah,
like they really like lead the player into understanding their rotation, especially with the combo system in this game.
yeah. You right.
I mean, it's just to me, it's in. Have you got to play with macros yet?
Yeah, I did my first macro with my bar with the raining arrows and the I forgot that other color, the other arrows like the instant arrows where you do AOE
And it has a global
span.
cooldown, right? Uh huh.
Yeah, so I put both of them together.
Right, right. So it literally you have your
So
spammable, you have your instant
yep,
GCD, and then you have your spammable. So how you like it?
yep. Oh, I love it like that. It's way better. It's and it save room on my bar because I'm still using controller until I get my keyboard.
Well, and that's the thing too. I feel like it because the players aren't a controller and because you have the macro system, it actually interfaces much better with if you can properly macro without overwhelming yourself. And I even like to switch play, like being able to switch from your bar configuration on the controller. I thought that was really cool. Like you can go from your second
Yep,
loadout to your third, and
yep,
you can have literally your setup in one, and then move to two, and then have your finishing phase. So
yep.
I
Get it.
really think the way they implemented this game, because this is more like a World of Warcraft or EverQuest layout when we see
Yep.
4 or 5 bars. And you think to yourself, how are they going to configure a controller into an MMO like this? And Square Enix nails it. They
Yep.
nailed this. And
Yeah, they did too.
you would never
I did
if you
my
told me a turn-based game with this many abilities was going to be configured for a controller, I would have been like, "You're high as a motherfucker." Shut up.
yeah. That was I'm surprised. I'm surprised. WoW didn't come to console yet.
Well, I
I'm
just
surprised
think
they didn't come to
that was the
console yet.
whole thing in the past was like we have too many abilities. Well, Final Fantasy did it. What's your excuse? You
No,
know?
they got their app for WoW for controller and
Yeah,
they got
in,
on
on
YouTube
PC, right?
how to use all the different abilities for certain buttons and stuff, but they still didn't bring it to the console. I don't know why.
Right. Well, Cal, thank you, dude. Thank you. Oh yeah, I absolutely love the gear. It's friggin' sick in the most amazing way. Thank you. Yeah, dude. I'll be honest. Like, I would say that this game isn't for everybody, but
Huh?
when you play the PVE in this game, you get hooked. I mean, and it's not without its challenges. What do you think, Jackson? Do
Yeah,
you?
oh yeah, it's a challenge, just like you said.
It's good,
Hold
man.
up.
That's all.
Yeah, it's real good. I'm sorry that my kids was
Oh no
talking
no
to me.
no! But my kids are home. They're just not in my room.
Now
I'm not in.
what you say? What you were
Like
saying?
there's just a challenge. There is a learning curve, but
Uh-huh.
it's not very hard, and it does present its challenges. And once you get over some of these obstacles, it does make you the
Yeah.
better player. The way they progress the system is amazing, and I will say it's not for everybody, but for the
Yeah.
players who are looking for performance and quality, I think Final Fantasy has it, and I think you can
You do.
agree. You can probably I
Do.
can understand why Final Fantasy is the number one leading MMO right now. Can you?
Yeah. Cause
Personally, I can.
yeah, yeah, I could. Like we remember I told you I was gonna get a keyboard, but the longer the longer I'm playing with the control, I'm learning more and more and more. I do go on YouTube, watch videos and stuff how the
Hmm.
different guys how to use the controller and stuff, and I'm just learning more and more and
It's
more and more.
amazing.
Yeah, I know it's making it way easier for a controller. But I'm still going to get a keyboard because I do want to
You
see
know,
all my abilities.
I would love for Square Enix and Microsoft to come to an arrangement and get this in the hands of the Xbox players.
Oh yeah, that will be good. Then we have a bigger platform.
Right. I
Yeah.
honestly, and I don't think like we suffer as far as pop. Like I can go
No,
to Limsa. Have you been to Limsa yet, dude? That place is always like banging. Like it's populated. Like
no.
I'm like, what the
I've been,
hell? I
I've been,
can't move.
I've been there a little bit, but I did my first trial raid last night. My first 24
Oh,
man
did
raid
you?
last night.
Did you? How'd you like it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yo. It's crazy. I love it, yo. I played Elder Scrolls for like 3-4 years
Right.
off and on. I ain't did no trials in that game.
Right. No trials, but you got in your first
No
raid,
raids.
Laz.
I got my first raid quick in this game. I'm like, oh shoot.
Dude, the visuals in the raids are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
hmm
god, oh my god, oh my
Yeah.
god, and those are normal. Can you imagine just getting into in your Slayers in
And,
game?
and the thing, and the thing about it too, like we wiped like 2 or 3 times, and nobody ain't getting no argument or that. We just
No, the
kept trying,
community.
kept trying
That's the thing
until we
too.
got there. Yeah.
The community is so friendly in here. I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid to talk because the
They
community is
are too. You ain't
so
lying.
freaking friendly. I'm like,
They
oh
are
my god, it's
way friendly.
you every once in a while we get those players that are kind of like every once in a blue moon, but they're not even like ESO, like content
No, they ain't even
creators.
supposed to though. Cause
No,
them, you do something wrong one time, they get mad,
yeah,
trying to vote to
ESO
get you kicked
players,
out and everything.
blah blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah
They try
blah.
to get vote to get you kicked out and everything, bro.
Dude, I remember when I was on my Nightblade
But,
healer and I would get kicked. Like, get the fuck out of here! I'm like, dude, you ain't even giving me a
yeah,
chance, man.
I do.
And then all of a sudden, as I became known, they're like, "Oh, look, it's Mystic. Wow, let him do his thing. We're good." It was like, okay, at least we've come to an understanding, you know. But in this community, I don't have that problem. It's not
Nope.
too much an issue. It's like get through the content. If you don't understand the mechanic and you die, the mentor system in this game, they will
hmm
assist. They're so friendly and like, oh, don't worry, you just skip this mechanic. Try to get this. We'll try it again. If not, we'll reposition. I'm like, God, really? You guys are like so nice, man. I feel like you guys are gonna deliver me cupcakes or some shit. Like, do you know my address? It's scaring me, man. Wow. Like, I don't know how to take that kind of approach to a community, but it's here. It's here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. Jackson, thank you for stopping in. If you guys don't know who Mr. Jackson is, you guys can check his channel out. He is also a content creator, and guess what? Yes. He has played Elder Scrolls, and he is currently playing Final Fantasy, and I'm sure if you guys want some information, this man will hook you up. So thank you, Jackson, for stopping in. I appreciate that, brother.
No problem, man.
All right, once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. Thank you guys for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.
All right. See you later.